Ladies and gentlemen, now today we're going to be taking 6-star Longshot for a little bit of a spin in Act 7, and I feel like Longshot is one of those characters that just hasn't really been talked about too much this year. It's been like Cosmic Ghost Rider Apocalypse, but honestly man, I think Longshot kind of verges on being a little bit underrated sometimes, and especially in Act 7, this champion is just so crazy for every single Mystic path, and also on top of that, a ton of additional paths as well. So I wanted to highlight some uses of a 6-star rank 2 Longshot. I recently got mine awakened from the 6-star feature crystal opening, but even unawakened, this guy is crazy, man. He does everything you need him to do unawakened, but the awakened ability has a chance to auto nullify and also copy unstoppable and unblockable buffs when they do proc as well, and also true strike and true accuracy buffs. So yeah, that could be very, very valuable. But anyway, we've got the first Mystic path here. So this one, you've got Pressure Gauge, Mystic Focus, you also have Rage and Mystic Wrath, and it's like Longshot was built for this path. Because if you do too many attacks, then it triggers the pressure gauge node, and you take massive damage, or if you take too many blocked hits and it goes to 0, then your power gets drained. So yeah, it's a really tricky node to play around. You got to play quite slowly with a lot of characters, but Longshot is just beast mode for this node. Because if you just go for parry, charge up the heavy attack, you get 2 hits. So you can see we're balancing the pressure gauge node really nicely, and also gaining some rage stacks if we do crit on Kamala Khan here. But also there's a node where charging up our heavy is giving us additional power gain as well. So yeah, that's just crazy for Longshot. If we go straight into Special 2 here as well, and we're in a pretty good spot. And then I think we want to go for a blocked hit here. And then that should do it, man, yeah. Okay, so 13 hits on Kamala Khan there, and she has a beefy Kamala Khan, man. It's Act 7 one. I think she had well over about 300,000 hit points. Granted, we do have the 125% attack bonus from Mystic Wrath, but I kind of look at Longshot as kind of like the Incinerate version of Archangel. Even if there's no buffs on the opponent, he's still very, very strong. But if there are buffs to take advantage of, especially massive stacks of buffs, this character's laughing, man. He's having such a good time. So yeah, he's quite in a way, a bit of a simple champion, but I think he's incredibly effective at what he does. Right, we need to be a little bit careful of the evade here, but we still got the safety net of Nick Fury charges. And usually I run Longshot and all sorts of content without synergies, man. So it's interesting playing him with synergies. So the only synergies I've really got is the Magneto one and also the Rogue one as well. So that has a chance to give us some more Incinerates off of the Special 2. Right, I think we should be good, man. It's pretty much done here. One more heavy attack, and Starkey's down. So that was a very efficient takedown there. But for this path, man, he's crazy. But again, this is one of, I think I've identified about 7, 8 paths at least that he's really, really good for. Because there are certain paths as well when you have scenarios I think it's is it the can't stop, won't stop node? Where the opponent gains the evade and also unstoppable buffs. Again, if you got the Special 2, man, you're big chillin' there. Because that also applies a Fate Seal effect as well off the Incinerate. So the opponent can't gain any buffs for the duration of that. So yeah, man, it's so powerful, the Fate Seal off the Special 2. Because not only is it great for utility, but also you're dealing massive damage whenever a buff procs. So yeah, you're chilling. But the Special 2, man, he just hits so hard. There's not really that many buffs to take advantage of here as well. Again, we do have a pretty big old damage bonus. And if, what was it, off the heavy attacks, we do crit, and certain stuff triggers, we are just laughing, man. But Longshot, I do believe, in the right scenario, and he's a lot of right scenarios, man, he does deliver a Beyond God tier performance. But I always feel like he's just a bit of a slapped-on character. I'm not too sure if it's just me that has that feeling, but let me know in the comment section below whether or not you think Longshot is overrated or underrated, and why. Again, I'll show you a few different paths today, so we've got a bit of variance. We'll go on to the Mystic Unstoppable one after this, which again, he's crazy good for. But it's nice to see him having so many fantastic uses in the Act 7. I was going to say Act 7 beta, but it's live now, man. I was just remembering back to when I was playing Longshot in Act 7 beta. I was like, dude, this character's jacked. He's demolishing everything. And yeah, there's a lot of boss fights as well that he can be pretty good for. People were saying that he was, I believe, pretty amazing for the Vision Arcus fight. And that's a slightly difficult boss to do. It's like Vision Arcus, he only shrugs off, what is it, non-damaging debuffs, I believe, via his Awakened ability. So Longshot's Fate Seal also being an Incinerate, I don't believe he shrugs that off. But I may be incorrect there. But I was seeing some good stuff in the comment section about Longshot for that boss, but I haven't personally tested it myself. I used Sasquatch for that Vision, actually, and that was an interesting fight. Sasquatch, another great champion. I do prefer Longshot to Sasquatch, generally speaking, I would say. I do value him a bit higher. But I do think, like, both of them, man, are pretty damn impressive. Right, let's just trigger the auto block there. And I think we go straight in here for special 2. And then what we can do as well, if the distance is right, you can go straight into heavy attacks, especially if you've got the Nick Fury synergy. Oh, I triggered pressure gauge accidentally there. So yeah, that was a big chunk of fun interactive damage that we took. And also for the Hela boss, I believe Longshot is a really good character. I think I used Longshot for my initial takedown. Because I remember the first night Act 7 was out, I wanted to test out some bosses, see what the easiest paths were. And if you got Longshot, man, 6-star rank 2, this is a very, very easy path to go down. But other Mystic champions are going to struggle and feel a little bit slower, just due to managing their pressure gauge node. Because again, you can't get to 10, and you can't get to... Did we, like, auto-nullify some of his buffs at the start as well? Right, this one actually is going to be a lot less exciting, because I don't have the proper stacks here. Yeah, I should have used another heavy attack to build up a bit more. But also, once you become more confident at playing Longshot, you can identify a lot of intervals where it's safe to throw in heavy attacks. Here, because of the pressure gauge node, I got to chill for a sec. Let's go for a special 2 here. We don't have any way to punish yet, but I think if we go for heavy attack there, he also gains an armor up buff, so that's like an additional one. But yeah, there we go, man. Red Skull is down, and then I believe we're on to the final boss on this path, Hela. So we'll go the full distance here, man. Again, Longshot doesn't need to be awakened to be a good champion. Even unawakened, he's bringing so much source to the table. So let's go for this Hela boss, man. This should be an interesting one. So Hela has, what node is it? Lazarus, Heavy Assault, Counter-Strike, Rust and Ruin as well. So we don't need to worry about Rust and Ruin too much. And the good thing is we should be able to just, like, burn through her with the Fate Seal. So yeah, it should be a really good time. And now we don't need to worry about Pressure Gauge as well, which is fantastic. I think we're also nullifying the physical resistance. I was wondering why we're getting so much bad karma at the start, man. But yeah, we're just chilling on that. Right, let's go for parry here. Let's get Pure of Heart active. But dude, this Hela boss is just melting. Again, I don't think we have Mystic Wrath on this one. I may be incorrect. Yeah, I don't think there's Mystic Wrath on this node. I know there's definitely not Mystic Wrath on the next path. I think it's just those passive Fury buffs from the Counter-Strike node. So there we go, bro. That was an Act 7 path and an Act 7 boss, boys. Like, you know, I do think he's a little bit underrated. He just does some mad work, but that was a crazy run. But anyway, let's port out and go on to the next chapter. Alright, so it's time to move on to Mystic Path number 2. So this is in the very first quest here. So you've got Muscle Wizard, Can't Stop, Won't Stop, and also Fight or Flight as well. So basically, in order to deal like your regular damage, you need Unstoppable. If you knock the opponent down, you get Unstoppable, but if you already have it, then you gain a Fury that increases your attack rating by 50%, and you've also got Fight or Flight, so every 12 seconds there's going to be a timer that goes up, and if you're next to the opponent, then they get the Unstoppable, but if you're at a distance, then yeah, you get the Unstoppable there. So yeah, this can be a little bit of an annoying node to deal with, but Longshot is just the perfect solution, because again, his rotation is mainly like using the heavy attacks in order to build up his good and bad karma there. think we also nullified just most of his armor immediately. He usually starts with 8 stacks, man, so I think we just immediately got rid of most of it. So yeah, that's maybe like not the best thing, actually. That's his awakened ability, though. So yeah, unawakened Longshot, he would never do that, boys. He would never betray you like that. But now we just go for Special 2, and because the node procs as well, it triggers Unstoppable and Howl the Duck. So yeah, we get even more damage output. If he triggers the heal here, then we're in a good spot. Unfortunately, we got the fun interactive damage on us. That's not so exciting there. But we also immediately nullify and turn that second Unstoppable into Incinerate damage. So yeah, he's just pretty perfect for this path, man. Works out super, super well. If another Special 2 should be game over. Perfect. So yeah, I remember running this path for Symbiote Supreme, Doom, and Longshot, I believe on my initial clear. And for the majority of fights, I don't know if there's an Incinerate immune. There's no... Oh yeah, Colossus is the Incinerate immune one. So I think for Colossus, I did end up using Dr. Doom. Because again, if the opponent is immune to Incinerate, Longshot just isn't going to work. So he's kind of like the Mystic Archangel, but instead of Bleeding Poison, it's Incinerate. And granted, there are more and more Incinerate characters that do come into the game every single year. It was a very rare immunity for a while, but there's also like 90% of the characters in the game that like aren't immune to Incinerate. Maybe 85% actually. Oh dude, did we just immediately nullify that Unstoppable? Fantastic. Alright, perfect. That was really good. Yeah, and as soon as, what is it? You got the Incinerate up, you just want to go for like rapid heavy attacks. Okay, that was a bit ambitious there on my behalf. Just because the longer you charge up your heavy, the more good karma you get. So you can see the yellow one charging up on me. And then using the heavy attack, you transfer the good karma into bad karma on the opponent. And also the bad karma, fun fact, reduces power gain by 12% per stack. So when you got 5, it's a 60% power gain reduction on the opponent. But then also you gain all of that power that the opponent doesn't gain. So it's yeah, just transfers a load of power over to Longshot and just makes it like super quick and easy to get him to his Special 2. So yeah, he's just a really well-designed character, man. Right, let's see if we can have a good little lineup against Doc Ock here. Should have... Oh, actually, no, that worked out. That worked out really well with the pushback on Longshot's heavy. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased about that. We are power locked here for a second, though. Right, should have probably gone for a heavy attack there, but it works out. And also, if we trigger his armor up from beating into him, then we should be good. Special 1 always falls a bit short, so there's good room to heavy counter on that. Didn't get the positioning right that time, though, unfortunately. I think we can probably just go for a Special 1 now to finish off the job. Nice. So yeah, for this path, man, he is absolutely insane for. So that's 2 out of 3 of the Mystic paths. I think you kind of get the general idea on that one, man. So let's move over to probably the most interesting of the Mystic paths, which is the crazy buff one, where you just gain so many buffs on your opponent. And then if you throw Special 2, man, it's going to be a really, really good time. But also, every time you nullify a buff as well, it gives the opponent... power gain. So yeah, it can be a bit of an interesting one, but I think we should be all right. I think you do Special 2 followed up by Special 3 with Mystic Dispersion here, and I think it's enough if you get the stun. But yeah, it's been a while since I've done this one, man. The last time I did this one was on beta, and Longshot was very interesting. I used Heimdall just for a bit of safety net as well in terms of the synergies, so I might need to switch him in. But this path is stacked, man. You got the buffet node as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But it's unlimited power, which is the node that we're going to be exploiting on this path. So Terax is he's a bit of an annoyance, man. We just want to stay quite far away from him. But also using Longshot's heavy attack. Again, we can just like chuck him back. Don't think we want to charge up and stand in the rock field for too long though. But he's quite a good Terax option, just due to the fact that Terax doesn't have immunity to Incinerate. So here we just want to, I think, parry and chill for a bit. Don't know what we're gaining all the additional power from. You can see when that node procs, man, we're just chilling, boys. We are chilling so much. I think if it procs again, he's dead. Yeah, 100%, man. That's got to be it. Oh, no. You were so close to dying there, though. That was slightly unfortunate. And we just also nullified most of those buffs there, so that worked out quite well. Because Terax is immune to bleed, we don't get the additional burst damage off the SP1. So yeah, that's not really performing quite how we want there. I think if we had relaxed for a bit more time, then it would have been better. So I think I just need to start off future matchups on this path by parrying a bit more. Right, let's go for it. Perfect, plenty of overkill there. So that was a really good time against a massively stacked version of Terax. I think he's one of the biggest boys on this path. But I think there's also Iron Man Infinity War on this path as well, if I remember. He's actually quite a good option for Iron Man Infinity War, because again, he's vulnerable to Incinerate, and you can heavy counter Iron Man Infinity War. So yeah, worked out really, really nicely in quite a few matches that I've done in progression-based content in the past. Right, so we're just gonna spam parries here for a moment. I don't know if it was like the auto nullify giving us like massive power gain. Yeah, I think the auto nullify, man, from his awakened ability, I think I'd rather have him unawakened. It seems to be more of a detriment than a blessing. Okay, right, so straight into special 3. And then we get the stun off the special 3 here. And then we just need his Fury node to proc again. And then we burn through everything. So yeah, we should be good there. Ah, this is why I brought Heimdall, boys. Let's go. Can we do it? Not quite. If you have Heimdall, though, it can be super, super safe. Because again, you can just get that cheat death. Civil Warrior, he doesn't have like the hardest hit in special 3. I'm also like not topped up. So yeah, game over Desu on that one. So again, this path can be a real annoyance just because whenever you nullify buffs, yeah, it just gives the opponent like massive power gain as well. So you'll be a little bit careful. You can line stuff up a little bit better, but let's just go for a level 3 revive here. And we'll finish off Civil Warrior and then go for the Angela fight. And then I also want to test out Longshot against the Incinerate damage path. There's also one of those, and that should be crazy, man. That should be a really, really fun time. Because if you increase his Incinerate damage by 200%, it's a lot of Incinerate damage. Because, yeah, that's like his main source of damage output is really the Incinerates. So 200% multiplier on that should mean that he's, as long as you get the lineup right, pretty much one-shotting everybody off of Special 2. So yeah, that should be really good. Also, one thing to take into account as well is that we aren't using boosters in today's video. So if I was running a 30% booster, then we would have had more than enough damage to kill that Civil Warrior there. Sorry, boys, losing my voice a little bit. I'm talking way too much. I think that was a bit of a misplay. Yeah, we didn't quite have enough. Maybe if we could, dude, if that node procs, yes, bro, yes. Oh my goodness. I think I just need to be a bit more patient, I think, when it comes to some of these fights. But you get the point, like, Longshot is absolutely insane for just nuking down this path. And that's probably, I think, one of the more tricky Mystic ones out of the 3. Yeah, I think that one's definitely the most inconvenient to deal with. However, to round off today's video, I want to test them out on the 200% Incinerate damage path. I think he's going to work quite well for the first 2 matchups. There is one match on this path where he's not going to work for, and that is Thing, because I don't believe we can Fate Seal Thing. So yeah, it's like Thing and also the champion on final nodes you can't Fate Seal. Really, really annoying, man. Because Longshot, if he could work for the champion, will be one of the best options for the 6.2 champ. Yeah, he just doesn't work. But you can bait out heavies and just quickly counter with Mordo. Oh, we can't gain, oh, we can still gain power on this path, actually, if we apply bad karma. It's not the easiest path to contend with, though. Yeah, so this, you don't have normal power gain, but we're gaining 60% of the power that Mordo gains here, so this is actually working out. And yeah, dude, that that 200% Incinerate damage is doing so much work. Oh my god, that's so cheese, man. Yeah, he works really well for this path. I was kind of questioning like whether or not he would initially, but my god, just demolishes it. So yeah, that's another path really, really good for that thing fight. You're gonna have to bring somebody else, probably Human Torch for that fight, because again, he won't work for that. But let's try this Moon Knight encounter. This Moon Knight has 430,000 hit points. This thing is Act 7, man. You don't have small health balls, but you've got a lot of like nice buffs. And the 6-star one, even being rank 2 today, we do have the 700 attack bonus. That kind of makes him hit like a 6-star rank 3. But 6-star rank 3 with this would be doing some mad work. Okay, right, I need to be a bit more careful. So we just need to attack in, gain the power. Hopefully he's going to throw a special one here. Because every time they throw a special attack, then it refreshes the bad karma. Dude, I thought we were... I thought we were at special 2, but due to the way the node functions, unfortunately weren't. Just because it's a little bit delayed, stealing the opponent's power. So yeah, in regular scenarios, that would have worked. But unfortunately, didn't quite end up working there. Okay, we should be good here. Nice. That's a fantastic chunk of damage. So yeah, he's a beast for this path, man. Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed a look at Longshot in Act 7. Truly a phenomenal character. But let me know your thoughts on him. Do you think he's overrated, underrated? And also, is there any particular like matchup or kind of mode of gameplay where Longshot's just been your MVP? Let me know your thoughts. But aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching today's video. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.